Hi everybody, Ryan Dorn here from Brainswell Media, and we're on to habit number 9, or tip number 9, if you will, of the 12 habits of sales superstars, or you might want to say 12 habits of highly effective salespeople. So tip number 9 is teaching is learning. Tip number 9, teaching is learning. Now, let me back up a second. When I'm hiring new salespeople, I would much prefer somebody that's a teacher and a good listener than someone that's a slick used car salesman. I'd much prefer that. Now, hey, nothing wrong with people that sell used cars, but I think you all know what I'm talking about. That kind of huck and jive and, hey buddy, I got a deal for you, this one's gonna work for you, how are we gonna make this happen? That kind of thing, yeah, really doesn't work out. So why is teaching so important? Well, one of the things that I have observed is that most buyers do actually want to learn. Very rarely does someone walk into a store, or very rarely do you ever go on a sales call, very rarely, when someone says, stop, I don't need you to sell me anything. I'm ready to write you a check right here, today. Now I can remember probably 4 or 5 times in my 20-some plus sales and marketing career where someone has actually said that to me. Now, I will tell you this, it happens more now because I understand the process. I use a lot of videos to teach. Did you know this? SAP recently reported in Sales and Marketing Management magazine, a great article and a great magazine that I read, and you should too, that 89% of buying decisions are done. They're made before a buyer ever even calls a salesperson. 89%. Why? Because we're teaching now more than ever before. We've got more access now to information than ever before. And because we're smarter as salespeople than ever before. So teaching can happen with sales videos. Teaching can happen with collateral material that you send out in advance. Teaching can happen in promotional items. And also, teaching is much different than just pitching. Teaching is you actually want the person to learn something from you about your product or your service. So you structure the sales call in such a way that you're actually teaching them something. How do you do that? That means you tie everything you're talking about with this phrase. What this means to you is, or what this means to your business is. All right, if I was coaching you one-on-one, I would ask you, what are the 5 most important things about your product or service? Tell me. What are the 5 most important things? Now, if you're watching this video series, write those 5 things down. Or if you're listening to this on a podcast, think about the 2 or 3 things that are most important. After you talk about that important thing to a potential buyer, a potential customer, you need to end that statement with what this means to your business is, or how this impacts you is, or how this will save you time is, or how this will make you money is. You have to relate everything back to the person that you're trying to teach. I hope you observe that with you and I on these videos, on phone calls, whether you're sitting in a workshop or not. I'm always trying to relate what I'm saying to your daily life. And a lot of times it's giving examples. A lot of times it's just being smart in your conversations. But it's so important for you to understand that teaching is learning. And most great salespeople are also pretty darn good teachers. I'm Ryan Dorn from Brainswell Media. Stick around, stay close, more great tips straight ahead. And if you're looking for more information, sign up for my monthly e-newsletter in our sales section, or check out my book, Selling Backwards. It's available online at sellingbackwards.com.